Willie D. Live.
What's up, family? There's growing concerns across the New England area as authorities work to calm the fears of a serial killer following the unexplained deaths of 13 women since March. The Norfolk District Attorney's Office said the body of 21-year-old Adriana Suazo, who was from Boston, was found in a wooded area near a house on Central Avenue in Milton, Massachusetts, just before 11:45 a.m. on June 1st, 2025. Authorities say there were no obvious signs of trauma, and the chief medical examiner is looking into the death to find out what happened. Since Adriana's death, family, friends, and social media users have shared their concerns. Her sister, Mel Loves, started a GoFundMe campaign that has raised more than $9,500 towards a goal of $11,000 for her funeral. It calls Adriana a firecracker full of life, laughter, and fierce love. The Connecticut State Police said this investigation is in the early stages, is still ongoing, and there is no information at this time suggesting any connection to similar remains discoveries that CSP or other Connecticut law enforcement agencies are actively looking into. Anyone who saw Adriana or knows something about the days before her death is asked to call the Massachusetts State Police tip line at 781-830-4990. Let's go back to what the police said. The public is not in danger. The public is not in danger. Where do they get these people from? Do they not think about the things that they're going to say before they say them? This is a person who is speaking for an entire police department, saying that the public is not in danger. The public is in danger. Bodies are popping up like fires in the LA riots. What do you mean the public is not in danger? If you're anywhere near those states that I named, Maine, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, let me back up because all of those states are in the United States. So if you are in the United States, be careful because it could happen. Oftentimes, I've warned women in my life, women who are family, friends, and I tell them, look, be careful out there. Be careful going here, doing this. Well, and sometimes they'll be like, well, I live in a safe neighborhood, nothing ever happens over here, you can't live your life like that. Sometimes people mistake caution for paranoia. I'm concerned with danger, but I'm not burdened by it. That's the big difference. Some people are burdened by it. I'm not. I just look at life like bad things happen, and bad things happen to good people. And there are a lot of bad people out there. So you have to walk with your head on a swivel, and you have to practice situational awareness. Some people have zero situational awareness. And I'm going to put my partner on blast right now. And I don't think he'll mind because I'm going to help somebody. I got a buddy, Marcellus. That's my dog, Marcellus. Marcellus, whenever Marcellus is driving, Marcellus does not look both ways before he crosses an intersection. Whether he has the light already or whether he's sitting at a stop sign or a light and it turns green. Marcellus does not look both ways before he drives. He just takes off. And I've warned Marcellus many times, man, you have to look both ways. This is why they call it defensive driving, because you're on the defense when you're driving. Most people drive on the offense. They think as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm in my lane, I'm minding my business, I'm following the traffic laws, I'm good. And nobody should dare cross my lane, cross the lane that I'm already in to cause an accident, or cause me to swerve or whatever. But that's not reality. It would be nice if it was like that, but that's not the way it is. That's why you have to drive for everybody else. You don't, when you're out there driving, you're not driving for yourself. You're driving for everybody else, because there are a lot of fools behind the wheels of vehicles, and they will kill you. They run lights. They run stop signs. They drive reckless. Sometimes people drive like they're the only ones on the street. They act like their car is the only car on the streets, and ain't no damn markers on the streets. There are no islands or mediums in the middle of the street. They act like they're the only ones on the street. So you have to drive with that in mind. I was in an accident once with a buddy of mine, R.I.P. Allen. We're driving downtown. Well, he's driving. I'm riding shotgun. He had just bought himself a new truck. What they call that truck? A B12 or something like that? He had just bought the truck. Brand new truck. We test driving it. We rolling around, testing it out. We're downtown. And all downtowns have a bunch of streets. You got your main streets, and then you got a whole bunch of streets that cross those main streets. So we're on a main street, and we come to an intersection. He has the light, so he continues to go. He didn't look both ways. He just, and boom, out of nowhere, totaled the truck. We walked away, but the truck was totaled. I wish I had the presence of mind to do something like that so I could get that money, but I wasn't. I was a youngster. Wasn't thinking like that. I was like, you good? You good? Okay, let's get out of here. So that's how that went. But yeah, fam, a situational awareness. It's cold-blooded what's going on. Whoever these uncivilized mutts are, or whoever the uncivilized mutt is that's doing all of this killing, I hope they catch his ass really fast. And I say he, but it could be a she. It could be a man and a woman, because oftentimes women do accompany men. They do help them commit these crimes. Some of the biggest sex traffickers are women. Yes, women. Because women will oftentimes, women and children, and even men, will drop their guard around a woman. All that woman have to do is look presentable. If she looks presentable, she can fool a lot of people. So these guys who are in that type of industry, they know that. I don't even know why I call it. Ain't no damn industry. That's a damn racket. That's a criminal enterprise. But they know that people are more trusting of women than men. And this is why they use women to help them commit these crimes. So y'all be careful out there, family. Condolences to all the loved ones, R.I.P. to all of those who unfortunately lost their lives to the uncivilized mutts of the world. No more talk.